Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, today we are starting new chapter, chapter 31, the Gopis, Songs of Separation. So once Krishna just left all the gopis, he disappeared. Even Radharani was left alone. So all the gopis were together, they were lamenting, they were playing the pastimes of Krishna, enacting the pastimes of Krishna among themselves. And they were lamenting. And they, in their lamentation and basically begging for Krishna to come back, to show himself up again, these shlokas, they started praying, these shlokas came out from the core of their hearts. Every shloka is spoken by a different gopi, but Shukdev Goswami did not say which gopi is speaking which one. And it is said that one who hears and reads and chants these shlokas, he definitely develops love for Krishna and Radharani. And now it has become a tradition in ISKCON. So in Vrindavan, the whole month of Kartik, along after Damodarashtakam, these prayers are sung together at ISKCON temple. And other places, devotees do sing these prayers the whole month of Kartik, every day. Because these are the prayers spoken by the gopis. We can say prayers, or we can say their wordings came from their heart. So basically they're in separation from Krishna, and they want Krishna to come back, Krishna to show himself up again. Text one. Gopya uchuhu jayati te dhikam janmana vraja shrayat indira shashvadatrahi daita drishyatam dekshutavakas tvai dhrita savas tvam vichinvate. The gopis said, "O beloved, your birth in the land of Vraj has made it exceedingly glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. It's only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us." Those who are familiar with the art of chanting Sanskrit verses will be able to appreciate the especially exquisite Sanskrit poetry of this chapter. Specifically, the poetic meter of the verses is extraordinarily beautiful, and also for the most part in each line. So this is something came out of the heart of gopis. In each line, the first and seventh syllables begin with the same consonant as to the second syllables of all four lines in every shloka. Can you imagine that? So first and seventh syllable of each line, let's see. So Jayati Te Adhikam, 6, so seventh is Janmana. So there's like Shrayat, then Shashvat. Dait, Dikshu. Tvai, so Ta is half, we don't consider that. So Va and so Vai and Vam. And also the second rule they followed is second syllables of all four lines would be the same. Okay. So Jayati, Shrayat, Dait, Vai. Yeah. So it's all 4 lines, second syllable is the same. So it's not like gopis were writing these shlokas and trying to find out what's the right meter and what's the right rule they're going to follow. It just came out spontaneously from their hearts. Sharadudashaye sadhu jata san sarasi jodara shri mushadrisha suratanath te shulk dasika Varadhaniknato Neyakimbadha. They're saying, O Lord of love, in beauty your glance accepts the whole of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn heart. O bestower of benedictions, you are killing the maidservants who have given themselves to you freely without price. Isn't this murder? But in the autumn season, the whole of a lotus has a special beauty, but that unique loveliness is surpassed by the beauty of Krishna's glance. Of course, I'm sure Acharyas must have explained all these shlokas in more detail, more depth, with more realizations. But whatever is given here, we're just going to go with that. Vishajalapayan Vyadarakshasan Varashamarutan Vedyatanala Vrishamayatmajat Vishvato Bhaya Rishabhate Vayam Rakshita Muhu. O greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger. From poisoned water, from the terrible man-eating Agha, from the great rains, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, and from the son of Maidana. Here the gopis imply, O Krishna, you saved us from so many terrible dangers. So now that we are dying of separation from you, won't you save us again? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the gopis mentioned Arishta and Vyoma because although Krishna had not yet killed these demons, the fact that he would kill them in the future was well known, having been predicted by the sages Garga and Bhaguri at the time of Lord's birth. So this was just well known all over. Gopis knew that. So they are saying, you killed all these demons, you saved us from death. Won't you save us from the impending death because of separation from you? Nakhalu gopina nandano bhava akhil dehina antaratmadre vikhana sarthito veshvaguptaye sakho devan satatam kule. You're not actually the son of the Gopi Yashoda, O friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the hearts of all embodied souls. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe, you have now appeared in the Satvat dynasty. The gopis here imply, since you have descended to protect the entire universe, how can you neglect your own devotees? It's just impossible. Virachita bhayam vrishnidhuryate charanamiyusham samsritir bhayam karasaroruham kantakamadam shirasidhehina shrikaragriham. O best of the Vrishnis, your lotus-like hand, which holds the hand of the goddess of fortune, grants fearless to those who approach your feet out of fear of material existence. O lover, please place that wish-fulfilling lotus hand on our heads. So I mean, they're saying you grant this fearlessness to everybody. So please put that hand on our head so we also fearless that you're not gonna come back. Means if you're gonna put your hand on us, then meaning is, then you have to show up again. Vraja janartihan veer yoshitam Nija janasmaya dasanna smita Bhaja sakhe bhavat kinkari swano Jalaruhananam charu darshaya. O you who destroy the suffering of Raja's people, O hero of all women, your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maid servants and show us your beautiful lotus face. Means your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. So gopis are saying, oh, we somehow became too proud of being in your association. So please show your smile and shatter that false pride. But show us your beautiful lotus face. Don't just remain hiding. Pranat dehinam papakarchanam trinacharanugam Sriniketanam Fanifanarpitam Te Padambujam Krinukucheshuna Krindrivichayam. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrender to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the pastures and of the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kalia, please place them on our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. So we don't become proud, and for you to come and put your foot on our breast, you have to show yourself to us. So please come, just like you chastised Kalia, you made him surrender, please make us surrender unto you. In their appeal, the gopis point out that Lord Krishna's lotus feet destroy the sins of all surrendered conditioned souls. The Lord is so merciful that he even goes out to herd the cows in the pasture ground, and thus his lotus feet follow them about in the grass. He has offered his lotus feet to the goddess of fortune and has placed them upon the hoods of the serpent Kalia. Therefore, considering all this, the Lord should place his lotus feet on the gopis' breasts and satisfy their desire. This is the logic gopis employ here. Madhuraya gira valguvakyaya buddha manogyaya pushkarekshana vidikaririma vidamuyati Adhara Sidhuna Pyayayasvana. O lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice and charming words which attract the minds of the intelligent are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maid servants with the nectar of your lips. So your sweet voice and charming words means gopis are thinking of the voice, words coming from the lotus lips of Krishna, and they are begging him to come back and revive them with those lotus lips. And this next verse is the most important verse. Tav kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhirilitam kalmashapam Shravanamangalam Srimadattatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurita Jana. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in the material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. So they themselves were talking and they were describing the activities, enacting the play of the pastimes of Krishna, killing various demons. And now the gopis are saying, the nectar of your words and descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. So who is not suffering in this material world? Everybody is suffering. So the real way to get out of that suffering, real way to mitigate their sufferings are description of Krishna's pastimes and his instructions as given in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions. So we suffer because of our reactions to sinful activities that we have committed in the past. So we have to hear these narrations. And it says, bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them, whether we hear them attentively or not. Of course, if we hear them attentively, our more reactions are gone because we have faith, we develop faith. But rather, regardless, and whoever hears them means everybody can hear, whether it's insect, birds, plants, animals, fishes, and human beings, whether the entities other than human beings can respond or not, that is a different story. But everybody can hear because soul has the ears. Through the spiritual ears, one can hear the spiritual vibration, spiritual sound. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. They're so powerful. Certainly, and those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. Munificent means most merciful. And this is wonderful words for the preachers. But this is what the preachers do. This is what the Sankirtan people do. Those who are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they want to broadcast Harinam all over the world. And anybody and everybody can hear it, whether they understand it or not, it will still go through their heart and purify them. Whether they appreciate it or not, it still go into the heart and purify them. In a book called Harinam Chintamani, this conversation between Haridas Thakur and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu asks, how are these Malechas and Yavans going to be delivered? Oh, Mahaprabhu asked actually Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur says, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You're making me speak whatever you want me to speak actually. So then Haridas Thakur does say, even if somebody says the name of the Lord in a bad way, in a condescending way, or in an indirect way, he still gets benefited. So so the example that he gives was, there was once a Muslim guy and he was walking and one pig attacked him. And for Muslims, pig is very abominable animal. They can eat meat of everything else, but not the pig. So when the pig attacked the Muslim, he just shouted, oh, haram, haram, this is so abominable. And then he died chanting the name Haram, Haram. But in Haram, the word name Ram is there. So Vishnudutas came and took him back, took his soul back. Now somebody can ask, how in the world? I mean, they're always against Hindu religion. They're always torturing Hindus and killing animals throughout their life. They never chant the names of the Lord. But the logic here, the material logic doesn't work. Lord is merciful. Krishna is always merciful. He cannot be away from mercy. He cannot be not merciful. And whatever he does is always good, always beneficial for his creation. Everybody is his creation. We might have differences between Hindus and Muslims. That's okay. But ultimately, everybody is Krishna's creation. Mame vancho jiva loke jivota sanatana. So it's his rule, anybody who chants my name. And not just, okay, in Haram, at least the word Ram is in one word. In Harinam Chintamani, it says, if somebody is saying a sentence, say his sentence ends at Hara, and next sentence starts with Ma, then Krishna says, or Lord says, I consider that he has chanted my name Ram. We might argue, no, it doesn't work. No. In Krishna's interpretation, it works. And that's it. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranita. Whatever he says is dharma. So we just have to understand his merciful nature and appreciate that and just love. Devotees just love the Lord. Whatever he does, they just love him. And he is showing so much of mercy. So who are we to question? No, Krishna, you cannot show mercy. No, that's not our jurisdiction. That's not our area. Neither area of concern or neither area of influence. Nothing. We are just servants of Krishna. Servant cannot argue with the master like this. No, you cannot be merciful on that. No, that's his area. He can do whatever he wants. He is supremely independent. So this is his mercy. And this is what here Bhagavatam is saying. Anybody who gives this mercy to others is the most beneficent. This is how Prabhupada started his movement and expanded his movement all over the world. He, in the beginning, he did not even impose that everybody has to chant 16 rounds every day or follow the 4 regulative principles. They just became well-wishers. And then Prabhupada, at the time of initiation, he said, oh, by the way, you have to chant 16 rounds every day and follow the 4 principles. There was an argument. First, he said 64, and they said, no, Swamiji, we cannot chant 64 rounds every day. There's no time. We have to do so much of work. Then the argument was, okay, Prabhupada said 632. They said, no, even 32 is too difficult. It's not practical. We cannot do it. So Prabhupada had to come down to, okay, 16, but no less, not less than 16. That's how the number 16 came into practice. Otherwise, before that, it was 64 for everybody. How many of us would be here if the rule of 64 rounds was there? What to speak of those who joined in the beginning? So the Lord is very, very merciful. And especially in Kali Yuga, he knows this. Everybody is so fallen. He has to give them so much of concession. In the purport, it says, King Pratap Rudra recited this verse to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during Lord Jagannath's Rath Yatra festival. When the Lord was resting in a garden King Prataparudra humbly entered and began massaging his legs in lotus feet. Then the king recited the 31st chapter of the 10th canto. Means this is this chapter, the whole chapter, the songs of the gopis. The Chaitanya Charitamrita relates that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this verse beginning Tava Kathamritam, he immediately arose in ecstatic love and embraced King Prataparudra. This incident is described in detail in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and in his edition, Srila Prabhupada has given an extensive commentary on it. So this verse is the life and soul of all the preachers. Of course, they don't think because of their doing anything is happening, but they just go around, tell people the glories of Krishna's activities, Krishna's name, his instructions, and beg people to follow. And they are the really, even the gopis are saying, they're the most beneficent, most merciful. So this is how gopis are lamenting in this separation from Krishna, and somehow they're praying for him to show up again among themselves. So we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
So where can we find these gopi shabdas for Krishna? In which book is it written?
These are the words.
Oh, okay. So
this is coming from the gopis. That's why we started. First verse it says Gopya Uchu. Gopis said.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Manta. Any other question, comment?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Nirja sings this Gopi Geet very well and very soulful. So once we finish this chapter tomorrow, then we would like to hear it from her. She sings it beautifully and very soulfully.
Sure, Prabhuji.
We would love to hear that.
So once
And
we
record
complete
also,
this,
Prabhuji.
once we complete this, and then we would request her to sing it for us.
That'll be great.
I will be completing the chapter tomorrow. So there are just 19 verses. We have already completed 9, so 10 more verses are there. So once we complete it, and at the end, we will tell her to sing it for us. She does it very well.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Yeah, I saw Radha Prabhu just posted Loknath Maharaj's singing of the Gopi Geet.
Beautiful.
That's good. Yeah, we'd love to hear from Nirja Mataji. Okay, so I guess we can stop here. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.